So one question that came up when I was looking at the rules when I received information originally about all the releases from Schmidt is how do you choose the languages that are going to be included in particular games? I mean, I assume that, of course, goes back to contracts, but you are in charge of the contracts as well in terms of asking for particular languages. So this, I believe, Garten von Versailles only has German rules.
Correct.
And then some of the smaller card games is 4 languages.
That's right.
Why choose particular languages?
We just noticed that, particularly for larger games, and this can be, at least for Schmidt, can be considered as a larger game, having a strong German title is much more helpful for us to get it, to get the
retailer presence?
The retailer, a good market share, so to say, because this is just it just helps us to have a strong German title. It means we can get at least in the German-speaking countries a good market share for that game if it works out well. And afterwards, we could probably find some partners who want to distribute it in other countries as well, or maybe we do it on our own and do it afterwards. Because we have noticed in the past to have some game titles with some multilingual title that works in all countries, so to say, they are usually not that strong. This works much better for African games.
They're not as specific to the location.
That's it, and of course it's also a question of the price. I mean, because it's just a few cents probably, but reducing the amount of pages in the manual also saves money. And if you don't sell that many games in those countries, it just sometimes doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So that's the whole reason.
I didn't know if it was sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you don't include rules in English and French and Italian, then
we did both. And we still do both. I mean, there are definitely games where we still do it because it's oftentimes the partners in other countries prefer to have smaller games. So this is probably a box that in some countries would be considered as too big and or too expensive, while let's say our card games usually have at least 3 or 4 different languages on it, or the other mini games, for which we definitely know that they work out in different markets and in different languages. So, and of course they are much cheaper. So that's usually the only reason or decision.
So maybe this you would attempt to license it to someone else in other languages, but everything else.
Interesting, please get in contact with me.
Right, but if something like Raftzan or other things, maybe they already have different languages, and then.
I mean, the different languages are usually not available right away, but for those, we just focused on the German title in the beginning.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay, I'm just curious about such things. I mean, the market is very international.
Yes.
In some ways, and then still we've got some old school where we need to go translate. If someone from the U.S. wants it now, they have to figure it out, or just watch the video that we did. So that'll cover it. All right, thank you.
Yeah.